Hello, my name is Fred Amrine, and welcome to Life with Parent Student Loans. This program is a little different than our original program or our other program regarding Parent with Plus loans. This program is you're going to really specialize on the private side or the private loans that you may have or your child may have. So we would recommend you look at the Parent Plus since that program is a little bit different. This program is being sponsored by Repay 411. Please visit our website for additional information. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do is get an inventory of all the student loans that each of your children have, since you may have co-signed for some private loans, and have them have an inventory. There'll be your loans that would have been through either the Plus loans or maybe you took a home equity. There is their loans that would be the federal programs such as the Stafford, or they could have a Perkins or a Grad Plus. And then there could be the Parent Plus loans. And each of these loans have different legal responsibilities and repayment options. And again, having an inventory of all of those loans by child would be very, very important. The problem you will run into is there is not one good source of that all information. Probably the best thing is to do is pull a credit report, and we have that information on our website, so you may want to visit there on the forms programs. Another important aspect of the student loans is understanding who is legally responsible. So some of the loans you may be directly responsible, such as a Parent Plus. Under a student loan as a Stafford or a Grad Plus, the student is legally liable. But if you have private loans, the student is the primary legal responsibility and you are secondary if you have co-signed, or maybe you have a relative or someone else that co-signed. Legally, they are responsible if that child should default. Under the federal loans, there are some benefits, such as the death and disability benefit, which is important, where the private loans do not have that benefit. So again, if you have a Parent Plus loan, then there is those benefits. If you do not, and you have the private loans and you've co-signed and your child should die, God forbid, then you would be legally responsible to pay back those loans. It is recommended that you maybe consider some type of coverages, insurance coverages on your children where you are the co-signers. These loans are also tax deductible. Again, the tax code is a little unclear. We're taping this in 2012, so we're unclear of what's going to happen in 2013. Currently, the rules are it is deductible. There are some income limits, but I would review that with your CPA. We are not a CPA firm. As I said a few minutes ago, depending on what type of loans your child have, or you've co-signed for, I would probably really consider the insurances that are available to you and your child. So if they are the primary person and you are the secondary or the co-signer for that loan, and they should die if it's a private loan, you may want to consider and have life insurance that you may want to pay for to cover that liability if that should happen. Also, some of the programs that we've talked about in the consolidation section under the private loans area is that your child may benefit, or the student, if you've co-signed for a private loan, some of the lenders offer a co-signer release after 36 or 48 months of on-time payment. This may be a situation where you may want to make sure that the on-time payments are made so that you can be released, and then you also could avoid the insurances that you may be paying during those short times. So here's something you need to consider if you are legally responsible for the loans. Also, you need to consider that it will impact your credit score. So if they should default and now you are on that loan, you really need to consider, have a discussion with the person you've co-signed with. So that's an important aspect, because that, if you're going to retire or buy something else, now your credit score could be impacted if they have defaulted. So you need to really make sure the payments are being made, especially if you have great credit. Also, another thing you may need to look at is what is the effective cost of money. Depending on where you are financially, you may want to look at different options on financing that, since some of the student loans are pretty high in interest rate in comparison to today's market. So again, you need to look at that and see what the advantages and disadvantages of each way to finance this. now that it's completed. Also, for the federal loans, they could attach your Social Security or tax refunds if you should default. So that's an important aspect. As many parents are going to be or being in retirement, if you extend this out, depending on when you have taken on the loans and when you're planning to retire and the age of your children while they're in school, this may have an impact on your Social Security payment if you've defaulted. So be very careful here. It's not a free ride. With both the PLUS loans and the private loans, your options are very limited on repayment. The only way you can lower your payment is by extending the time out. So you need to really look at that. It does not offer the same advantages as the federal student loans that are specific to the student. There is no loan forgiveness for these programs. The only forgiveness option would be if you should die or become disabled. As we said a few minutes ago, there is no prepayment penalties in most cases. You need to review that, especially on the private side. But there are some advantages to maybe refinancing the loans. Again, you may run into some coverage issues to make sure that you have the proper liability insurances if you should die or become disabled. The loans will still be your liability if that should happen. Hope we found this information helpful. If you need more information, please visit our website. There's additional videos and general information there. If you feel you need professional advice, please give us a call or contact us. We offer some very affordable solutions. Thank you very much. Have a great day.